Arabia, a kingdom that's been allied with the United States since 1933, has been directly involved in bringing about one of the most horrifying famines in history in the country of Yemen. But this may be news to you if you've only been watching mainstream coverage of the situation, and there hasn't been much of that coverage in the first place. After years of bombing campaigns by Saudi Arabia, with support from other Gulf states and the United States, nearly 500,000 Yemeni children are months away from famine. The situation is compounded by the fact that over 50% of the population is living below the poverty line. The U.S. has provided Saudi Arabia with economic and military assistance since diplomatic relations were established in 1940. In 1943, President FDR made Saudi Arabia eligible for lend-lease assistance, describing the kingdom as, quote, vital. The reason for this solidarity? Oil. A U.S. military presence in the Gulf was firmly established by way of oil royalties. Since FDR's administration, the U.S. relationship with Saudi Arabia has never wavered. Saudi Arabia has since become one of the most influential Gulf states in Washington, and the U.S. has remained just as loyal. Even as Saudi bombs have fallen on hospitals, schools, and densely populated civilian areas in Yemen, the U.S. has refused to reprimand Saudi Arabia. After the Obama administration publicly authorized the military bombardment of Yemen, describing it as a, quote, military action to defend Saudi Arabia's border and to protect Yemen's legitimate government, his administration awarded Saudi Arabia with artillery and went as far as to refuel Saudi jets. Saudi Arabia hasn't kept itself solely occupied with military campaigns. The kingdom also devotes itself to spreading violent sectarian mythology, executing men and women for witchcraft and sorcery, and implementing restrictive patriarchal policies. At the same time, Saudi Arabia has continued to enjoy a leading membership role in the UN Human Rights Council. Yemen has continued to suffer from the U.S. relationship with Saudi Arabia, and as starvation, scarcity of water, and a lack of medical supplies claim more lives, Saudi Arabia's oil-drenched ambitions are going entirely unchallenged by yet another U.S. administration that is thoroughly invested in maintaining a stranglehold on the region with help from Gulf monarchs.